Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. I'd like to send a big shout out to our sponsor, Archery Pass. For all your trad archery products, Archery Pass, making archery's past part of your future. ArcheryPass.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers. I'm here with Erin Heyob. Okay, I know you're not your head. That's the second time we've done this. Third time we've done this. And I think maybe I got it kind of right. Erin just won the Lancaster Classic, 2022 Classic Women's Barebow. You did an amazing job. It wasn't a gimme. You really had to work for it, and it was a pressure-filled event. And you came through, so congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Hey, no worries. Tell us about you. Tell us about your archery career. How'd you get into this? First of all, how old are you?
I'm 16.
All right, tell us your long story, your long history of archery.
So I first started archery a little over 2 years ago. I started taking classes at Archery World USA, which is in Fairfield in Ohio. And I got into it basically because I am a huge book nerd. And so I read all these books like The Hunger Games and stuff like that. And I was like, it would be so cool to just try archery. But I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm super introverted and shy. So I wasn't going to just go and do it. But one of my brothers, I have two younger brothers, and the middle one, he came home and he was like, hey, Erin, I want to try archery. And I was like, I'll do it with you. So we started taking classes together, and he ended up dropping it for football season. But I really liked it, so I kept taking classes, and then eventually I moved and I started going to the team practices, and then I started competing too.
Yeah. And you even won the biggest tournament in North America. Did you realize that? Do you even understand that you did that? Has it sunk in? It's been a week. Has it been a week?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really sunk in yet. I was honestly surprised that I even got that far. It was such an incredible experience. But yeah, I don't really feel like I won anything.
You did though. You did. You absolutely did. And you beat up one of my favorite archers in the world. A couple of them, a few of them, all of them, all the ones
I'm
that you
sorry.
beat. Yeah, it's okay. We're okay. I love the way that Fawn is like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, congratulations. She was unbeatable. Honestly, I mean, at the very beginning of the tournament, I thought she was going to be unbeatable. There's no one's going to come close to her. Maggie got close, in the preliminary. Maggie finished second, and I thought, okay, between those two, but then you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're both incredible shooters, honestly. I love shooting. I shoot with Maggie all the time. Last year we shot a lot of tournaments together, and we ended up making USAT together. But she is just the sweetest person ever, and she's so supportive and just loves to just have a good time shooting. So that's nice. And then I get to shoot with Fawn a lot of the time, and she's incredible too, just because she has a very different personality than I feel like a lot of archers have, and she's just very excited about the whole shooting in general, and just she's so encouraging to others, and she wants you to have a good time when you're around her and shooting around her. She doesn't want you to feel intimidated or other things. She wants you to have fun.
I'm going to be honest with you. You already sound like and talk like and act like a champion. I'm just going to say it. That, just listening to you, I listened to you at the end of the Lancaster. If you haven't seen it yet, Erin, and all your matches, all your finals are up now on YouTube. Lancaster Archery, just search Lancaster Archery. Actually, just search Women's Barebow 2022 Lancaster Classic. You'll get it. Watch it. It is it's going to be one of the most watched videos, archery videos. You realize that would be one of the most watched archery videos this year and next year. It's just it's massive. So, and you do something, and what struck me, and I was like, I gotta get this girl on the show, man. She's awesome. Because when they talk to you afterwards, they talk to you during, you're very much, you have a champion. You sound like a champion already.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Uh, okay, so you told us how you got into archery, but how did you get so good at it?
Honestly, I think it's all because of the amazing people at my range and my amazing coaches. Archery world is just honestly, like, I haven't really been other places to shoot, but I think even if I had, it's just like, it still would be the best. It's amazing. They are so supportive and welcoming there, and they just like, I can show up whenever and just shoot. And we're just like a whole big family there, and they're there for whatever you need. Like, you need equipment, you need practice time, you need some extra lessons, like, they've got you covered, and they're so sweet about it. And my coaches, so my main coach is Stuart Anderton, who just recently got D3A coach of the year. Like, he's amazing. He
Well deserved.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's I don't know how long he's been a coach, but he has really helped me in all aspects with becoming a better shooter, but also a better person. And he's just like a huge role model to me because he understands that I want to do well because I can be competitive.
Yeah.
But he also understands that I'm not, every day that I shoot's not going to be a good day, that I'm going to have off days. I'm going to have days where I'm just not in the mood, and days where we just need to take a step back from like serious coaching to where he has like all these games and stuff that we do that involve shooting, to just kind of like make sure that shooting doesn't become a burden to me, to make sure that it's still fun, that it's something that I still enjoy doing.
That's so amazing to hear. First of all, there's a couple of things there that are just amazing to hear. One, you have a coach, you're doing it right. You want to be competitive, so you don't rely on yourself, because why reinvent the wheel, right? Just go out, practice, have a great coach. And man, his attitude about archery is spot on. Sometimes in competitive archery, we tend to lose focus on why we're doing archery. And a lot of the times it's books for you, right? It's, watching an arrow fly. Everyone likes to see that arrow leave and hit that gold. I mean, that's so much fun. Hit whatever you're aiming at. So that's a great attitude. And I can see why you're doing so well. If he makes it fun, there's no better teacher than a fun class, I don't think.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And did I hear you? So what equipment did you use at Lancaster?
So I have a Gila riser and I have Ilklin limbs, which I really love. They're on my outdoor bow too. I also have a Gila riser for my outdoor bow.
Yeah.
And then I have Easton arrows, and I have a Yoast tab, which I love. And then Yoast is amazing. What else do I have? I have a weight, but it's just a generic weight. My string is made by one of my other coaches, Jim. He makes all of my strings for the most part.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So how did you get that guy? What was the name of it? What do you call what was his name? I forget him. The short guy with the beard in your corner. He was coaching you for the
Paul Helms.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paul Helms. That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually super funny because I didn't meet him until I was in the practice lot for the finals. I met him 5 minutes before we went on to that stage. Seriously? And honestly, I don't think I would have made it without him. Like, he was incredible. A funny story, he was actually supposed to be in Fawn's coaching box, but she was so nice. She gave him to me, and because she had said that he was the best guy to have in my corner because my coach wasn't there, because he had other things that he needed to be doing. But he was amazing. Honestly, I think he would be a really good coach. But yeah, I get into my head a lot. Like, that's probably my biggest struggle. And he just like kept like reminding me to breathe and just keeping me calm throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, Paul's a good guy. I mean, just in general, he has a great story too. I don't know if you know his story, but he fought back from not being well to coming back to winning a few things, and he's just been great. And I'm so glad to see that he was in your corner. He's he's an Ohio boy too, right? He's from Ohio, so I think that's really nice of you, and it's really nice of Fawn too. That's a great story too. I mean, you're
Yeah.
full of them. I mean, it's like, hey, yeah, Fawn, let me do this, and I beat her. You should rub it in, or I don't know
Yeah.
if Paul's rubbing it in with her right now, saying, yeah, I wanted to be on the winner's corner anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, she's amazing. Like, she gave me him, and then she also, right before I went in with Jill to do my first shoot off, she gave me her lucky charm, which it was so cool because she comes up to me and she hands me this little square, and I'm like, what is this? And I look down, and there's this 4-leaf clover that has tape all around it, and she taped it. And she told me this story, and I don't know if I'm going to get this exactly right, but she was at a tournament. I don't remember which tournament it was, but she was at a tournament and she looked down and she found this 4-leaf clover when she was shooting.
Yeah.
And so she picked it up and she wrapped it in tape, and it's been her lucky charm ever since. And she gave it to me and she told me I could keep it.
I love Fawn. I love her because I think all those things that those guys were trying to do is just calm you down, right? It's just like make you feel comfortable, make you feel like, hey, you're part of this, right? It's your first time doing it, but you are part of this, and you deserve to be there. Obviously, you won a lot of great matches getting up to Fawn too. Do you want to take us a little bit through? I think everyone would be interested in hearing, like, take us through all the matches for the finals. What's your feeling? What were you thinking? All that stuff. It might be a lot, but let's see if we can get through it. Okay,
so my first one for the finals was against Jill, who I ended up beating by 4 points. But I was kind of concerned because, like, she beat Maggie and Maggie's amazing, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. It was fun shooting against her though. I was surprised because she was so serious. Like, you could tell, like, she was in the zone and she was ready to go. And she was ready to kick my butt. But yeah, it was amazing. I like shooting against her. But then next came Christina, and I think she said, like, she's only been shooting for a year, and she's so good.
She's so good.
So good.
So good.
She came out and her first 2 ends were so good, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna win this. But then she ended up having a couple not as good shots, and they weren't bad by any means. But
let me can I pause you for a second? So Christina, you got Christina on the okay. So you started with Jill. Jill doesn't start off strong. Jill starts off at 19. You crushed it, 28 in your first time standing on that stage. Weird lighting. I don't know, hundreds of people behind you, beside you, a camera up above, a camera down below, people wandering around. You shoot a 28. I want people to pause for a second. If you have not shot Barebow and you think you can shoot a 28, good luck. You're not going to, and you're not going to do it under those circumstances. And that's what you did. You came out with a 28. You like a boss. Like, really, like a boss. You're like, I'm going to take this. And I think that probably scared Jill a little bit. And she picked it up. You both tied the next end, 26-26. Then she shot a 29. So then the veterans kind of going like, hey, man, I'm going to be 29's hard. 29's a hard score to beat. You shot a 23, a little rattled. Then you got to get back in. She shoots a 26. And then you shoot a 27 after she shoots a 29. And you know the score that she got, right? Anyway, so I'm taking it through this because this is drama. I'm telling you that right now. And so that last end, you're going into that last, you're going into that last end. Let me see here. You're like, well, you're pretty even, right? So you're a little bit up on her going in that last end. So did you think, what was going through your mind, Jill?
Honestly, I've been asked that a lot recently, ever since I did win, but I was so focused. I don't know how I was, but I was just like, I was in the zone. So everything that I was kind of thinking, the best way that I can describe it is that everything else kind of faded into the background. And the only thing that I could really see and focus on was myself and how I was shooting. Like I didn't even really see the people around me. And I didn't even know what the score was. Like when I beat Fawn, I didn't even know that. I knew it was close, but I didn't know that I had beaten her because I wasn't really paying attention to that, which is abnormal for me.
Yeah.
But when I was my last end against Jill, I didn't know if I was winning or if I was losing. I was just there to shoot and have fun and do the best that I could.
Okay, so now let's go into, we're going to talk about Christina for a second. And by the way, I'm going to talk to Christina tomorrow too. I talked to Maggie already. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Christina. I'm talking to all you champions because I think you guys are all champions. You're the champion, but you know these guys are, like you said, they're all great people. So you're in with Christina, and she comes out firing 27. You shoot a 23. Next end, she shoots a 28, 27, 28. I don't think I've ever done that. I've never done
Yeah. She's a really strong shooter. Yeah.
Yeah. And 1 year, like you said, but then even though she's beating you handily, she's beating you, it looks like you're going to lose. You shoot a 20, you shoot a 29, you shoot a 29, you shoot a 29. And she shoots a 21. So now it's back in the game. It's Barebow close. And then the final end, you know, you're up on her by a couple. Final end, 25, and she shoots a 24, and you win by 103 to 101 or 100. That's amazing. I think that's just what a great start. So did you not know where you were at that point either?
Well, I mean, so before every end, whoever was in first place, they got to pick whether they wanted to shoot first or second. So after every end, I knew like whether I was behind or whether I was leading so far. So I knew like the first two ends, I knew I was behind, and I was kind of intimidated with her first two ends because they were really good, but I didn't let it get to me, and I shot my other two ends to the best of my ability, and it ended up working out for me.
Yeah, no kidding. It was really good. It was really good. Okay, so at this point you've shot so you're at the end of Erin. Now you've shot 8 ends already. Right. And then Fawn's coming onto the podium, and the crowd goes nuts as soon as Fawn walks out, right? Am I right or am I right? Yeah, they go crazy.
You're right.
Like, yeah, everyone goes nuts. Yeah, Fawn Gerard. Oh, Erin's about to get crushed. Okay, so, and everyone's a little bit like, oh no, this is gonna go good. So you know, whether you know it physically or not, subconsciously, you must have known to yourself, I got to shoot better than I've ever shot in my entire life, or I got to shoot as good as I've ever shot. Right? You have to have a great game. Fawn gets up there. Take us through that. Take us through. What were you thinking? Come on, you must remember some stuff.
So, I was not expecting to beat her at all because she's amazing, but I just wanted to get it to a point where we were semi-close because I just wanted to be shooting my best, even if it wasn't a score that was going to beat hers. I just wanted to be able to say that I tried my best and put my best foot forward when I was shooting. But honestly, I think hers was the least stressful shoot, like out of anything of that tournament, because like she's, like I said, she just puts everybody else at ease around her and just wants everybody else to have fun while they're shooting. So she talks to the crowd and she plays and she jokes around and just lightens the mood a little bit so that it's not as stressful and anxiety ridden. So it was, I really enjoy shooting against her, and she's hilarious. She lightened the mood a lot, and I think she kept, because it got really quiet in there at times because it was so tense, which I didn't really mind that much, but it was nice just to like have like the playful commentary in the background.
Yeah, I mean, she does take the pressure off you because you feel like all the eyes are on her. I would imagine. I've never been there, but I know how she lights up a room, right? I think she controls a room no matter what room that is. I don't. She should have been a police officer. She'd go in and just like, all right, you're under arrest. Okay, no problem. I'm coming with you, Fawn. Yeah.
Nobody would argue with her.
No one would. I know. She's fantastic. So let me break it down for you. So Erin and Fawn step up there. Fawn's got the crowd in her hand, and Erin shoots a 27. Fawn shoots a 28. It's a 1 point game. 3 ends left to go. Erin, next end, shoots a 26. Fawn shoots a 23. I've never seen Fawn shoot a 23, I don't think, well, that's probably one of the lowest scores I've ever seen her shoot. So now Erin's up. And then the next end, they tie 27-27. Again, if you've never shot barebow before and you're listening to this, go try and shoot from 18 meters, try and shoot at 27, and then try and shoot it under pressure. And then try and run 40 miles and then come back and then try and shoot it, because you have that much, you'll be that drained. And by this time, Erin's already shot a bunch, and you had to have been getting tired a little bit, or you just wanted this over with by now, right? Or no?
No, I was having fun.
Good.
It didn't really sink in, and I didn't really feel tired. I'm used to shooting in after ends like that. And it was really nice because I didn't have to go straight from like the original eliminations to the finals. I had a big break in between, and we actually went back to my hotel and I took an hour nap and then we came back. But yeah, it was nice. That's why I was supposed to shoot the Easton tournament right after at like 2:00 or something that day, in between eliminations and finals. But when I made finals, I made the decision that I didn't want to get too tired because I wanted to be able to perform my best in finals. So I ended up not doing Easton.
Are you making all these decisions on your own?
I mean, my mom helped a little bit,
Okay.
but I mean, but I just decided that like I said, I wanted to put my best foot forward, and that meant not shooting one tournament. I could live with that.
No, and hey, Easton, that they lost out, not you. So you're fine. You're fine. So I'm setting this up. You're about 3 points ahead of Fawn at this point, or you're 2 points ahead of Fawn.
Yeah.
Fawn comes out and crushes it. Shoots a 29 out of 33. You can get 33 at Lancaster. So 29 out of 33, still amazing. What does Erin do? What did you do, Erin?
I don't remember what my score was.
You shot a 30. You shot a 30. What are you talking about? You shot a 30.
I don't know. I remember like I wasn't putting any pressure on myself. So I was just like, whatever it is, whether I get like, even before I first started shooting against Jill, I was like, whether I'm first or whether I'm fourth, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm taking something away from this, and as long as I'm having fun doing it, because it was my first time there. So like, as long as I just competed and I learned something from it, like I can take that with me wherever I go. So during that end, I was just thinking like, I was having fun. So I was just focusing on my form and shooting the arrows. And then I knew it was close. So my last arrow was a little bit of pressure. Like I knew I kind of needed to get a higher shot to be able to beat her. And I shot it, and I just felt so relieved afterwards. I was like, like I said, I didn't know that I had won yet, but I was like, I think I did pretty well for myself, even if I didn't win. So I felt kind of proud of myself.
You should. We were all proud of you. I think the whole crowd was proud of you. Definitely Fawn was proud of you. Like your parents, you had to be proud of you. Like, I mean, it's just amazing. You did a fantastic job. I keep saying it. I'm sorry, guys, but this is just, it was one of the best things I've ever seen in archery. And, you had Matt Zernzak giving the color commentary, and he was like, what? He's like, he was so excited. He was so excited, just go watch it. It is something to behold. I mean, we had a really good men's barebow this year too, but it was a standout, Erin. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much for giving us a great show. I mean, it was really good. It was really good. And then the fact that you love all your competitors, and it's unbelievable. It's just barebow, right? That's how we are in barebow, so and traditional archery in general. People cheering you on, giving you good luck charms. Did Vaughn ask for that luck charm back yet?
Nope.
Is she gonna get it back?
I don't think she said I could keep it. So I mean, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, let's take a breath, because honestly, I'm fired up. I'm excited for you. I know it was fantastic. Last thing else. All right, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about what's next for you. What are you doing next?
So, actually just last Saturday, I did a state tournament, which the results are not in yet for because we had to postpone the northern location of the shoot because of the big storm that
Right.
went through. There was a lot of snow and it was bad, so they postponed it. So results aren't in for that yet. This weekend is my only free weekend, and then the weekend after that I have another state tournament, and then the last week of February I am going to Michigan for indoor nationals.
Wow. So it's a full schedule. You are fired.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what's your training schedule look like?
Okay, so I have private lessons with my coach Stuart on Saturday, and then Wednesdays and Sundays we have team practices at Archery World, and then on Tuesdays I go to the Armory, which is also in Fairfield. It's where the Cincinnati Junior Olympians practice, so then I go there too. And then I've been told that I need to start coming to Archery World on Thursdays too to practice with some of the other people too. So
I think they wanted that to rub off on them. They want a champion to rub off on them. They want that champion appeal. So are you taking a Paul to any of these tournaments? You're putting them into your suitcase and you're gonna take them with you?
Honestly, I think I really wish that he would be a coach, because I think anybody who had him as a coach would be really lucky to have him based on the hour or so that I had him in my coach's box. I don't know him that well, but
Yeah.
just based off that entire experience, like he was just wonderful to be around. Like he was so encouraging, and even though like he was supposed to be in Fawn's box, like he helped me from the moment that like it was decided that he was going to stand in for me instead of her. When I was practicing like with the lighting and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like I did not think that I was going to do well at all because my arrows were going super high, and I ended up having to change like my crawl and like where I was aiming and everything to even get it in the center.
Wow.
So I was very stressed out about it because I was like, this isn't like what I'm used to, and it's not what I've been doing the entire time. And to change it like that, like 5 minutes before I was supposed to go on, like that was stressful. But I got out there and I shot like I normally do, and it hit the center, so I didn't even need the adjustments that I just made. So it was last minute stress for no reason, but
Oh my
he
God.
helped me get through
Oh
it.
my God. I can't even imagine. Like I was stressed watching it. I was like nervous. I was sweating. Hey, take us through your shot process just real quick. I kind of want to understand. Tell me what it is. How do you set up to the bow? When do you release? Do you lollipop? Do you put it on the gold? What do you do? How do you aim? All those things.
Okay, so with the arrows that I have on my indoor bow and just my entire setup, I am able to aim point on, which means that my arrow, when I have it at full draw, I have the point of my arrow is directly in the center of the target, so I don't have to aim off at all, which is really nice. It makes my life a lot easier. But my shot process is basically like I just have to go slow and just make sure I'm doing everything so that I'm not rushing through my shot. And when I get to full draw, I have to count to 3 or something my coach has told me before we say strong, smooth, and then I have to let go then, because I used to have a really bad problem where I would hold for almost as long as compound shooters do, and I would fatigue very fast. Because I was so concerned about hitting the middle and scoring the high point that I was just like, I wouldn't let go until I thought that I was absolutely sure it would go in the middle, but then it wouldn't because I was tired and I was draining myself. So the strong, smoother counting to 3 really helped me to not hold it for long, and it just helped me get back on track.
That's great. I mean, I like that little technique. Strong, smooth. That's nice. That is really good. That's really good. So do you have any sort of, like when you're pulling back on the bow, do you bring it up and are you already pre-aiming as soon as you bring the bow up or no?
I think it depends on every shot. Some shots I am. It kind of just depends, because I do like sometimes I'm like anxious about it and I'm like, all right. But other times I like when I was at Lancaster and when I was shooting the finals, like I knew that I would probably stress out and I would be anxious. That's why when I actually draw my bow for those, I draw slower than I normally do. So normally it's faster, but I took my time and I made sure I was breathing so that I was getting to my anchor and that I wasn't like rushing through my shot. So I was going slower through my whole process during Lancaster than I normally do.
That's fantastic. So do you anchor underneath your jaw line, or where are you anchored?
So yeah, I anchor like right here where my thumb is hooked underneath my jaw because I used to have really bad creeping problems, and I still do a little bit. Sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's better, but hooking my thumb under my jaw helps to keep my hand from scooting forward on my face.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You look great. You were calm. You were composed. It did not look like you were nervous at all. You just hit the center, just kept hitting the center. It was fantastic. What's a piece of advice you'd give someone like that's new into barebow or anything in archery in general? Someone wants to get into archery. What would be a piece of advice that you could give someone?
Just, I think mainly to trust yourself when you're shooting. Things may not always be going your way, but as long as you're shooting to the best of your ability and you're having fun, then it's fun, as long as you're taking away something from it. Because I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I even placed during qualifications because we went to Lancaster to practice before I shot qualifications on the first day. And I had a total mental breakdown while I was there because I usually have my bow together. I have a bag that lets me keep it together. But my travel case, I take it all apart, which is fine because my old case, like I used to have to take it apart every time I used it to put it back in that case. So it's not like I knew how to take it apart. But when I was putting my bow back together at Lancaster and I started shooting it, like everything felt wrong. And I just like started crying. I was like, this isn't gonna be wrong. But my mom and another kid from my range really helped. All the people from my range helped me to calm down and get it to a place where I was like, okay, I just need to take a deep breath and calm down and it's gonna be fine. And I ended up getting it to where it felt normal. So it was better after that. But yeah, just trust yourself. Even when things seem off, trust yourself.
That's great advice. Yeah, it's got to be something. Don't go making major adjustments, right?
Yeah.
You don't make major adjustments. If you've been shooting well, there's a reason why you wouldn't be. So just trust yourself. I really love that advice. People want to get hold of you and just kind of follow you and follow your career. How do they do that? How do they follow you?
Okay, so I have an archery Instagram and Facebook that you guys can follow. My Instagram is Erin BB Archery. BB stands for Barebow. But my name is spelled ERIN, so it's ERINBB and then Archery for my Instagram, and then I'm pretty sure my Facebook's just my first and last name, so just Erin Heyob. But yeah.
All right, so make sure you go out and give her a follow on Instagram and watch. I mean, I'm going to be watching because hopefully you'll be taking pictures. Your mom will be posting pictures or something. Someone will be posting pictures of you, winning more tournaments coming up here because it sounds like you got full schedule. So, Erin, congratulations, first of all. And secondly, congratulations on all the future stuff you're going to do too. So, because we know I got a feeling about this one. So, anyway, I hope you crush it, man. Best of luck. Best of luck. And thanks again for being on the show. This was wonderful to talk to you. I know you're probably busy. I know there's probably 400 people want to talk to you. But congratulations on being a champ.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Take care. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, archerypass.com. Riley over at Archery Pass, he's a really awesome dude too. If you need anything, just can reach out to him. So archerypass.com. Thanks again, everyone. Be safe out there. Stay positive, test negative, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.